Hello everyone and welcome to the class. My name is Audrey and today we'll be looking again at more idioms, okay? So if you follow me, you've noticed that of course we spend a lot of time on idioms and phrasal verbs because really they're my favorite and I think they're very useful for becoming more fluent. Okay, so this group of idioms we've actually started before, but we never got to finish. So we're going to start it again, just in case some of you missed the last lesson. And we'll just go through, learn all of the idioms, looking really at the context. Okay, so we have a bunch of sentences, and we're going to look at the context to try and find out the meaning of the idiom. Okay, so those of you who have reservations can go ahead and join now, those of you who are premium. And in just a moment, everybody else can go ahead and join. But we'll just do some quick introductions as soon as everybody gets in, and then we will get started, okay? So if you want to access that file, it is down below, below the description, and I'll also post it in the chat just in case, okay? So you can access it below, and just in case that's not working, let me post it in the chat, okay? And also, just let me know if there are any technical problems. If the chat's not working, then I'll post it as well in the Google chat. Okay, so let's see who we have so far. We have Anibal. How are you?
Hey, Audrey. How are you?
Great. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yes. Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Argentina.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. I don't know. You were going to say something?
No, just go ahead if you wanted to introduce yourself more. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
It's okay. I work with English all the time. I need to practice to be more fluent and things like that. I'm a software developer for an American company, and I use English all the time. So I need to be good at it.
Okay. Perfect, perfect. Well, nice to meet you. Nice to have you in the class.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we also have Igor. Welcome, Igor. How are you?
Yes, hi, I'm doing very well. How are you?
Excellent. Nice to have you. And tell us where you're from.
I'm from Moldova.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And we also have, is it Med?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay,
So,
excellent.
I'll introduce myself, right?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Med. I'm from Morocco, and I'm learning English because I'm moving to Swaziland, so I can continue my studies.
Okay, excellent, excellent, perfect. So again, we're going to go ahead and get started with our lesson. So please, if you would, open up that file, but I'll put it on my screen as well. So if you prefer to watch it on my screen, just click on my screen at the bottom, and I will put it up on the screen. Okay? So this one, again, we have looked at it before. We started to look at it, but we didn't get through it in time. Those of you who are new, this is completely new for you, but I'm sure you'll be familiar with some of these. So we're looking through these idioms, looking at the context with the examples to try and define it ourselves. And if you're not sure, ask some help from your classmates or maybe some help from me if nobody understands it, and we will get it done, okay? Let's see. Let's go. Oh, we have Isa. Welcome, Isa. Are you there? Okay, you might need to unmute your microphone, Isa, but I'll come back to you in just a second, okay? But let's go first to Anibal. Would you read us the example sentence to make ends meet?
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh,
Hey,
there you are,
teacher.
Isa. Nice to see you.
Hey.
Great, great. Tell us where you're from.
Sorry?
Tell us where you're from.
Okay. I'm Nigerian from Saudi Arabia.
Excellent, excellent. Nice to have you again in class.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So we're going to go first to Anibal. Would you read us this example sentence?
Sure. The example?
Yes, the
Okay.
example.
I'm going to have to work 3 jobs just to make ends meet.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So what we're doing is we're looking at this example, looking at the context to try and find a definition for this idiom, to make ends meet. So what do you think, Anibal? Have you seen it before, or could you get the meaning?
Yeah, I heard that before. I think it's when you're trying hard to reach the end of the month, you know, because the money is not it's not enough, and to make ends meet, it means the different months. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're
Right,
trying.
right.
Okay.
You're on the right track. I think you understand it, right? So,
Yeah.
like you said, you have some money troubles, and at the end of the month, you need to have enough money to pay your bills, pay your expenses. So that's what it means to make ends meet, to have just enough money to pay your expenses. So it doesn't mean you're rich, it doesn't mean you have an abundance of money. It means you have barely enough or just enough to pay your bills.
Yeah.
Okay? Exactly. So let's see if we have any questions. Any questions the rest of the class about this one, to make ends meet? It's clear?
Yeah, I think it's clear.
Okay, great. And of course, at the end, we're going to review a little bit. So if you have questions at the end, or you want to see some more examples, we'll do that at the end.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go next to this one. And it's next to nothing. Igor, would you read it for us?
Harry bought that car from his uncle for next to nothing.
Okay, perfect. So next to nothing. What do you think, Igor?
For very cheap price.
Right, exactly. Something very cheap, a very cheap price. Okay, so he didn't pay nothing for it, but he paid next to nothing, almost nothing for the car. Okay, perfect. Questions there?
No. No question.
Clear.
It's clear. Yeah.
Yeah? Was there a question, or did everybody say clear?
No, I think we all said clear.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, next we have this one, up to snuff. Isa, would you read it for us?
We will see if she is up to some snuff after she works for a few days.
Okay, great. Up to snuff. What do you think, Isa?
I couldn't understand it.
Okay, no problem. So let's think about this. And the rest of the class, be thinking about it too. We'll see if she's up to snuff after she works a few days. So,
What is snuff?
Snuff?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it means out of context. I've really only seen it in this context.
I think that snuff means tobacco. What?
Can you say again, Med?
I think that snuff means tobacco. Because we use this word to mean tobacco.
You're right, you're right. You can use snuff to mean tobacco, like chewing tobacco. Okay, so I'm not sure if it means that in this context, up to snuff. I'm not sure if they're using snuff to mean tobacco. I would have to look at the origin of this meaning. But you can use snuff, like you said, Med, to mean tobacco. Okay, but don't think about that too much, because I don't think it's going to help you try and figure out what this means. So let's see. We'll see if she's up to snuff after she works for a few days. So she's been newly hired. She's new to a job, and we have to wait a few days before we know if she's up to snuff. Any ideas?
Mm,
To have fun or something like that?
Not
To
to
have
have
some
fun.
to have vacations or a free day?
Not exactly. Maybe the boss. The boss wants to know if she's up to snuff. And if she's not up to snuff, he's going to fire her.
Maybe she has good skills to this job.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. She's good, or she does a good job in this particular job. Okay, so to be up to snuff is to be good enough for something. So we'll see if she's good enough after she works for a few days. Okay, up to snuff or good enough. So let's see, does anybody have another example? Maybe we can hear another example with this one, up to snuff.
when when a player wants to join a team, so the coach will say, we will see if he is up to snuff after a few matches.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so a player wants to join a team. The coach has to see if the player is up to snuff or good enough to join the team.
Okay, I have an example.
Okay, go ahead.
A lot of money was spent to bring the building up to snuff.
Great, great. Okay, so maybe the building was in terrible condition and they spent a lot of money to bring it up to snuff. Okay, perfect. And by the way, welcome, Goliath. Nice to have you in class.
Thanks, Audrey.
Okay, excellent. Any other questions here or examples you might like to ask about?
For me, I just got the idea.
Me too.
Okay, perfect. Next, we have a ballpark figure. And let's go to, let me see, Med, would you read this one?
Okay. Can you give me a ballpark figure of how many people will be at the event? A ballpark figure means an idea. Can you give me an idea of how many people will be at the event?
Right, exactly. A ballpark figure would be an idea or like an approximation.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not anything precise at all, just an idea, like you said, Mid. So are we talking tens of people or hundreds of people or thousands? Just an idea of how many. Okay, and like you said, Med, it does mean idea, but a ballpark figure is talking about a number. So an idea about some quantity or some number.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions about this one?
So easy.
Okay, perfect. Next, we have a matter of time. Alpha, are you there? Welcome, Alpha. Let us know if your microphone is working. Let's see, we have Anibal, would you read us this one?
Yep. It was only a matter of time before Joseph got sent back to prison.
Okay, a matter of time. What does it mean?
It will eventually happen. It's just in a soon. It will happen soon.
Right. Maybe not soon, but what you said the first time, it will eventually happen. It will eventually happen.
He will go to prison for sure.
Right. He's gonna go for sure.
Sooner or later.
Don't know when. Exactly. Sooner or later.
Okay.
Okay. So it doesn't matter what time he goes, but we know for sure that he's gonna go eventually. Okay. Questions there or examples? Of course, if you're not sure, if you just want to try an example, feel free.
Okay, we can say that it's a matter of what do you call it? It was only a matter of time before the next class starts.
Exactly, exactly. So you're waiting on the classes. You don't know when, but eventually, sooner or later, some class is going to start. Okay, perfect. Okay, next we have this one, a breadwinner, and this is actually a noun. Goliath, would you read it for us?
Breadwinner. After Anthony lost his job, Melissa became the main breadwinner of the family. I think I have a guess.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us what you think.
She's the one responsible of the family, the one who's spend money for the family.
Mm-hmm. Right,
It's
exactly.
bread and winners. She's in charge of the family.
Exactly. Okay, and what you said about the money was correct. So the breadwinner is going to be the person who earns the money for the house. Okay, so maybe
The
she
man
is in
of the house.
charge or maybe she's not, but she earns the money.
Maybe she's the new source of money.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, so she, go ahead, Isa. Are you there, Isa? Did you have a question?
Sorry, someone was talking on the phone around me. That's why I just mute
Oh,
myself.
no problem, no problem. Okay, so any other questions about this one, breadwinner? Okay, perfect. Let's go next to look down on. Usually to look down on someone, a person. And let's go to Igor. Igor, would you read it for us?
Rich people oftentimes look down on those with less money. Look down to look without respect, maybe in this context.
Mm-hmm. Right. To look without respect, or to what's another way you could say that? That's a good way to say it. To look without respect. Okay, so rich people often look down on those with less money.
Superiority, with superiority. Yeah? Can we say?
More or less.
Superiority. I'm superior than you.
Oh, yes. You would
superiority.
say superiority.
Yeah,
They-
superiority.
They think they are better.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
and they can say that, oh, you're out of my league.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's a good phrase. They could say, "You're out of my league. I'm better than you."
I was looking for a word. I don't know if it's like despising someone.
Despise is the same as to hate or to hate somebody a lot. So it's not exactly the same. You can look down on someone without hating them. You just think you're better than them. Okay, so
How do you think, Audrey, this is true or not? What is written in this sentence? Yeah.
Maybe it depends. It depends. Maybe sometimes yes, and other times no. It's a stereotype, right?
Yeah, we shouldn't generalize that all people, rich people, look at all poor people with look down
Right,
on
right.
those with less money.
So don't worry
It's
too much
actually,
about the sentence, but it's a good stereotype to get you to understand the meaning, right?
And I think it's like a good phrase, because the rich people sometimes they look down, like they look your shoes, or they look the entire you like a scanner to see all your clothes and even your shoes in a strange way, like they look.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, I found it.
Yeah.
I found it. I was looking for a word. I know that I knew this word, but it's contempt. That's why it's to look with a contempt.
Ah, yes, contempt.
I was looking for this word, and I squeezed my brain.
Well, that's good. It's good to try and find similar words, similar phrases, and to make
because
connections.
because I knew this word before, but I forgot it. So that
Okay, excellent, excellent. Anybody want to give another example sentence? Maybe we don't want to use such a stereotypical one, since Igor says.
maybe
I'm gonna make it.
Okay, go ahead, Isa.
I'm gonna make it as an example, looking at someone and asking, "Why are you looking down on me like this?"
Okay, perfect, perfect. Why are you looking down on me, or why are you maybe treating me disrespectfully, or thinking you're better? Okay, perfect.
I have an example, but it's not like for people. It's for countries. The rich countries always look down on third world or poor countries.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great, great. Excellent, because this one is used more typically for people, but you can use it in that sense for a group of people. Okay.
To be correct with example, we can say that some of rich people look down on those with less money.
Right, right. Well, we have this word here, Igor. It says oftentimes, right? Oftentimes. So
Yeah,
not always.
but oftentimes implies that at 75% from 100, no? Oftentimes.
Okay, if you tell
More
me
than
one
50.
of one country, rich country that help people without any interest, you can give me one country of rich people. I will agree with you.
Well,
Yes.
what have one country, rich country with this example? This talking about rich people, not about countries.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was talking about rich countries. Okay, sorry.
That's okay. We could have a little bit of a debate about that, maybe.
No, no,
But,
I'm not. I
but
don't want to debate.
yes, that's why we're moving on. Okay, excellent though. Let's see. Next, we have to know something like the back of one's hand. And let's go to.
This is easy.
Who was it who read the last one? I can't remember.
Me, Igor.
Okay, so let's go to Isa then.
Okay. To know something like the back of one's head. I've lived here for 20 years, so I knew this town like the back of my head, or the back of my hand. So, which means that I know this place so much. I can, because I'm seeing back of my hand all the time, so I can say that I know this place like the back of my hand.
Exactly, exactly, perfect. Okay, so this one is easy to think about literally. You know something like the back of your hand, like you said, you're always looking at the back of your hand, so you know it extremely well. Okay, perfect. Any examples you'd like to give? What is something you know like the back of your hand?
Okay, I have one very funny.
Okay.
I know Verblin like the back of my hand.
Is it true?
No.
I'm sure somebody, maybe Igor, I see you here. You must know Verbling like the back of your hand, right?
What do you mean? Teachers from Verbling. Verbling is interface. It's the only site.
No, can we say this for a site or for just
Yeah,
my...
sure. You could
Okay.
say it for a site. So either one, Igor, your teachers or the interface.
Yeah, I know one teacher and interface because I'm here from February.
Ah, very good, very good. Okay, excellent. Any questions or other examples anyone would like to ask or try? Okay, if not, let's go to the next one. In the nick of time. Med, would you read it for us?
Okay. In the nick of time. The store was closing, but even got there in the nick of time. To be honest, I don't have any idea about this idiom.
That's okay, that's okay. Let's think about the context. So maybe the store was closing at 5 o'clock and Evan got there at 4:59. So he got there in the nick of time. What do you think, Med?
Can we
Just
say
in
at
time.
time?
Before
At time.
the close was closing. The store was closing.
Right. In this context, just before the store closed, okay? In the nick of time.
Can we
So,
say
go
at
ahead,
time?
what?
At time?
At time, you said?
Yeah.
Not at time. You could say on time. On time.
On time. Yeah, there is on time and in time, I think. There is two. So I say at time, maybe I confused. There is two, one on
Right.
time and one in time. In time
Exactly.
Yeah,
maybe
just
you
time.
10 minutes before, and on time it's just in the at a clock or in the event. So maybe I was saying on time.
Okay,
On
right.
time.
Right. So you could say
I
on
confused
time.
me. I confused
And
me.
you're right. You can say both of them, in time or on time, and they have slightly different meanings. Okay, right, in time. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, perfect. Next, this is kind of an expression. Let's go to Anibal. Would you read it for us?
Okay. Speak of the devil. Our boss say me so crazy. Oh, speak of the devil. Here she comes.
Okay, so what do you think? You might actually have something similar in your own language, but what do you think? Any idea?
It's easy, but I let my friends.
Okay, go ahead, Anibal. Do you have?
Yeah, in Spanish is hablando del diablo.
Exactly the
Yeah.
same, right?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, I mean, when someone you don't like is coming, something like that.
Right, right. So maybe someone you don't like or someone that you've just been talking about.
Yeah. Not necessarily you don't like the person. Maybe you're just kidding.
Right, right.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. Does anybody else have a similar expression in their language?
Yeah, in Arabic here in Morocco we say Ya Sidarbi.
It's the same? Can you say it one more time?
Ya Sidarbi. It's like oh my gosh in English.
Ah, okay. And you say it whenever somebody that you've been talking
don't
about
like.
comes?
Yeah, or someone that you don't like.
Okay, excellent. Anybody else have a similar one? Any questions about this one?
No.
Okay, let's go next to sharp. And this is sharp used as an adjective, and you'll see the context when we look at the sentence. Goliath, would you read it for us?
Sharp. Don't forget to return these library books on Wednesday at 3 o'clock sharp. Means exactly at 3 o'clock.
Perfect, perfect. 3 o'clock sharp, exactly.
Not less, no more.
Perfect. Okay, questions about that one?
So what's the meaning of that word outside of that context?
Sharp. Who can tell us what it means for something to be sharp?
Means sharp means like a knife.
Right. So if you have a knife is sharp at the end.
And the opposite is blunt.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so if you think about the point of a knife or maybe the point of a pencil, it's very exact. So 3 o'clock sharp, right at 3 o'clock.
We can use it also in the sounds when you say sharp sound or sharp voice.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, that's why we have the brand of electric television. They have Sharp.
Or about
Oh yeah.
person, we can say that he's sharp-minded, no?
Mm-hmm. Sharp-minded, which means what?
Smart.
Exactly. And if you call somebody dull, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Idiot? Idiot?
Right. Right. That's an insult. You don't want to call anybody dull.
No.
Okay.
Or you can say you have sharp eyes. You very see very good.
The sight, yeah, sharp sight, yeah.
Right. Sharp eyesight, you would say.
Mm.
Okay, perfect. Any other ways you could think to use sharp? As you can see, it has a lot of meanings, but they all stem from the same meaning. So if you think about the main meaning or the more literal meaning of sharp being like the edge of a knife or the point of a pencil, you can kind of apply that to all of the other meanings. Okay, let's go to the next one. And we have a pick-me-up. Igor, could you read it?
I'm so exhausted. I need to go to the cafe for a pick-me-up. For a pick-me-up. To relax?
Not really to relax, but that's a good guess. What else might you think?
I don't know. He's exhausted, and he want to go to cafe for a pick-me-up.
So I think, but I'm cheating. I consulting my I Google. Is it okay?
That's okay. That's okay.
So
think about it. Before you tell us, Goliath, let me just explain a little bit more the example. Okay, so he is so exhausted in the sentence, but he still has to work. So he can't go to sleep. He can't relax yet. So he's going to the cafe for a pick-me-up.
Maybe he's
Okay.
going
To eat fast?
generate his energy.
yes, that's it.
Right. So tell us, Goliath, what you found. Red, you're right.
It's like to drink coffee to feel better and to feel energetic. There is one who said that, and there is substances like caffeine. They excite people. They can work, or they can feel better after. We have substances like Red Bull. They are pick-me-up drinks or medicines that make you feel less exhausted.
Right, exactly. Okay, so it could be almost anything that gives you more energy or makes you energized. So like you were saying, it could be coffee, it could be energy drinks like Red Bull or Rockstar, or any of those things. But
it
sorry?
looks like pick-me-up, like you have to pick me up with a car. That's why it has nothing to do with.
Well, if you think, imagine that you're exhausted, you're so tired that you're lying on the ground, and you need somebody to pick you up to get you going again. Okay, so maybe you can think about it. If you can think about it that way, you're lying on the ground because you're exhausted, and somebody needs to grab you and lift you, pick you up from the ground. So that's metaphorically what we're looking for here, something that can get you up and get you working again. Okay. Any questions there? And I see Wonderson in the chat. You said, I need to have breakfast for a pick-me-up, and that's good because it doesn't always have to be something like a drug, like caffeine. It could be just food that gives you energy. Okay?
And this energized drink, they are harmful for your heart and other parts of organisms. So, so doctors do not recommend to drink Red Bull, Shark, and these things.
Right. So maybe it's better to use other kind of pick-me-ups other than these energy drinks. but
Yeah,
that's up to you.
a fast nap, to take a nap, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Right,
I mean,
maybe
to sleep.
a nap could be a pick-me-up if you take a quick nap.
Yeah. Well, how we can say for a nap another word, or this is the word for a nap?
Mm-hmm. Nap, or did you want to say like a quick nap?
Yeah, a quick
Because
nap. What is
sometimes
the
we
word?
use the term power nap.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so for something that's quick and you're doing it just to feel better, you say power nap. I need to take a power nap. Okay. Any other questions? Let's go next to, and this is another one you might have versions of in your own language. Isa, would you read this one? To have skeletons in the closet. Are you there, Isa? Make sure your microphone's unmuted. I'll come back to you in a second, okay? So just let us know when you're back. Let's go to Anibal. Would you read it for us?
Yeah, to have skeletons in the closet. He seems to be a nice guy, but I bet he has some skeletons in the closet.
Okay, great. So do you have something similar? Do you know what this one means already?
Yeah, we have a similar expression in Spanish. Yeah, it's when you you made wrong things in the past.
Mm-hmm.
For example, here we use that expression between friends when you had girlfriends that were not very beautiful. It's like in the past you made things, strange things.
Okay, so that could be one example. So you did bad things or you did weird things, strange things in your past.
Yeah.
So to have skeletons in the closet, another way that you could say it, and I see it in the chat, to have some terrible secrets, to have secrets.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
bad one.
To
Right.
have secrets that you don't want to share with someone.
Exactly. Secrets you don't want to share, and not just private secrets, but bad ones. So, like Anibal was saying, maybe you did something bad or something weird, and you don't want anyone to know these bad things about you. Okay, so skeletons in the closet. Any questions about that one? How about where the origin came from, since maybe you have a similar one in your own language? What do you think the origin of this one? Why do we say to have skeletons in the closet?
Maybe someone who killed someone, and he hid his body in the closet, and he became a skeleton. So it's like a secret that he killed someone.
Right, exactly. So he put the bodies in the closet and nobody knows. It's a secret, but it's a terrible secret.
The corpse. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, let's go next to a slippery slope. Goliath, would you read it?
A slippery slope. Once you enter politics, it's a slippery slope. No idea.
Yes, this one might be a little bit hard and the context is not...
No, I don't know what is slope.
Okay, a slope. Does anybody know what a slope is?
No.
Any ideas? A slope, let me turn off the screen share so I can just show you. A slope is like a side of a hill. So if you think about a hill, the slope is going down.
Oh,
Okay.
now I have an idea.
What is slippery?
Okay, so slippery. Does anybody know what that is?
Yeah, to fill down when you touch a surface that is really like a banana.
Right.
When you step, you slip, or oil on the ground. Yeah.
Right, or something like ice. Ice would be slippery.
Okay.
Okay, so a slippery slope. What do you think?
I think it's when you enter politics, you risk to fall, or for something, it's a risky field.
It's risky. That's part of it. It's something
You can
risky.
slip anytime.
Exactly. You can slip, and the thing about the slope is, I'm going to turn the Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize for that.
I think when you
Okay.
type and when you talk, it make bugs in.
I think there was a problem with my Hangout and it kicked me
Yeah.
out, but I'm back. Okay. So yeah, the thing about the slope. So imagine that you have a slope, and if it's slippery, once you fall, you keep sliding down. Okay. So it's risky, but once you make a mistake, you keep going down. Okay. So it's hard to recover from a mistake. Okay. So let me put that back up. A slippery slope. So we can see maybe how it works with politics. What do you think? Can we come up with other examples?
Yes.
Okay.
The Wall Street. What do we call Wall Street activity? I forgot. The business.
Financing,
Financial.
investors.
When they scream and tell this is rising in Wall Street.
Like
Dow
the
Jones.
stock market and
Yeah, market.
Stock
Yeah.
market. Stock market.
The market field is when you enter is a slippery slope.
okay, perfect. So you could say the stock market is a slippery slope.
Stock
It's very
market.
risky, and once you make mistakes, it's easy to keep going down and down. Okay, another thing that might be a slippery slope would be gambling, right?
Yes.
So you might get a little bit addicted and you just keep losing and losing and losing. Okay, anything else you can think of that might apply in this case?
No.
Okay, as long as you understand it, that's okay. And let's go next to up to the minute. And let me see, Igor, would you read it for us?
This news station provides you with the latest up-to-the-minute news. The actual, very actual, the latest.
And, right, the
Can you
latest.
say they are up to date?
Right, up to date, up to date. Okay, so if you think about this expression, up to the minute, it's very similar to up to date, but it's even more current, up to the minute. So every minute, think about them refreshing or getting new information. Okay, and
Yeah.
Igor, you said very actual. You could say very current, very current.
Okay.
Okay, Isa, did you say something?
Yeah, I just said I'm back.
Okay.
And for this, for this, I can say, oh, if I'm watching this news channel, I'm going to be on board all the time.
Right. If you're watching this news channel, you're going to be on the ball, Okay, excellent. Any other questions or examples?
I don't know. This guy knows everything. He's up to the minutes guy. He know everything.
Okay, excellent. So remember though that it doesn't exactly mean to know everything, but if he knows everything that's happening, that might be up to the minute. So he's very current. He knows exactly what's happening in everybody's lives. Okay. So if you had maybe like a genius, you wouldn't describe him as up to the minute, even though he knows everything. But if you have somebody who knows everything that's going on in other people's lives, then maybe they would be up to the minute. Okay, any other questions or examples?
I have an example.
Okay, go ahead, Med.
We can say that this girl is keeps up with the latest fashion craze, so she wears up to the minute clothes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, she's very up to the minute with fashion. She's always wearing the latest clothes. Okay, great. Any other questions? Before we review, we're going to take some time to review, but I'd like for you to go ahead and look at the presentation that we've been looking at this whole time and make sure you don't have any questions, okay? So take just a few seconds to go through that presentation and look and see if there are any phrases, any idioms that you're unsure about, okay? So look at that link. Take a look at all the slides, all the idioms, and see if there are any questions you have. And if not, then we'll review. But go ahead and do that now. Okay, any questions?
How about a slipper slope?
Okay, a slippery slope. And let's see, anybody who really understood that one well, would you like to explain it for us? What does it mean for something to be a slippery slope?
Can I explain?
Sure, go ahead.
The slope is something that is going down in the hill, and it's very slippy. If you go and you can fall, so it's when you enter some field, you can fall easily. So it's not sure not sure field or not sure business. When you deal with a drug, it's a slippery slope. You can be caught on any minute. When you
Exactly. Go ahead.
I gave when someone need an advice of his friend, he say, "I wanna invest in this field or in this matter," or he will say, because he's experimented, he will say it's a slippery slope. I won't advise you to put your money in this.
Right, perfect, perfect. Okay, so a slippery slope is going to be something that's risky. It's easy to fall and slide down. Okay, perfect. Is that okay, Issa? Do you understand better now?
Yeah, I understood that. You can say that. Let's say playing much or something. You can say that. Okay, you can.
I think you've been muted, Issa. You have to unmute yourself.
Okay, I said I think I understood the meaning of the phrase, which is, let's say if we're going to play a match or something, and they say, okay, just be careful. You can win or you can lose.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so maybe it could be, you could refer to a match, but remember that a slippery slope is something that once you fail or once you fall, you keep sliding down. So it could be a match, but once you lose the match, there's nothing worse that you can get, or no place worse that you can go. So it might be better for something else where there are more consequences.
okay.
You slip until you go to the jail.
Could be jail, could be jailed.
Yeah. Or that place is dangerous. So if you go there, you might be killed. So something like that.
Okay, yeah, that could be a slippery
Yeah,
slope.
it's a bad end, you know, for
Mm-hmm.
this. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
And the other one before this, it just makes me laugh. You know.
Which one is before this?
Skeleton in
Oh,
the
skeletons in the closet. Okay, great. So any other questions? Again, be looking at these ones in the past. Did anybody have any other questions about specific ones?
What is ballpark figure?
Okay, ballpark figure. Anybody who understood that one well want to explain it?
Can I explain?
Sure, go ahead, Med.
A ballpark. Okay. To give a ballpark figure, it means to give an approximative number.
Right, exactly. A ballpark figure is like an approximation or a general idea of a number.
What is ballpark?
Ballpark is usually it's referring to a baseball field. A ballpark is like a baseball field. Okay, so in translating that to the meaning of the idiom, I'm not sure, but maybe a ballpark is kind of a large space and you're just giving them a large idea of what the number is. Not an exact number, not even a really close approximation, but a very general approximation.
Can we say overall idea?
Yeah, you could say an overall idea or a general idea. Okay, just remember that because it has the word figure, it means a number. A ballpark figure, an overall idea of how much or how many.
There is a ballpark figure in when there is an earthquake and you don't know how many people killed or injured. So
Mm-hmm.
ask for a ballpark figure.
Exactly. So, it's hard to tell exactly how many, but you can give a ballpark figure, an idea of how many were killed or injured. Okay, excellent. Any other questions about the other idioms?
What
Any
is
other-
up to snuff?
Okay, up to snuff. Let's look at that one. Who wants to explain this one? Anybody remember would like to explain this one?
If she is good enough with
Exactly.
something,
Mm-hmm. For example, could you give us an example?
we'll see if she's up to snuff. I don't know. So somebody gave an example with a player, like a sport player. We'll see how he can handle the ball, and then we'll see if he's up to snuff.
Exactly. So up to snuff meaning good enough for something.
Can I give an example?
Go ahead.
So maybe I hired someone and my friend asked me, why did you hire this guy? I will say, I tested him and I found he's up to snuff for this job.
Mm-hmm. Great. Okay. Up to snuff or good enough. Any other examples you'd like to give?
Okay, so let's say. Let's say that I'm talking to someone personally, just if you're not up to snuff, you're gonna be out of here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. If you're not up to snuff, you're going to be out of here. So that could be about a job maybe, or, anything else really. If you're not good enough, you are out of here. Okay, great. So is that okay, Igor? You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Any other questions?
Nope.
What is the meaning up to snuff? Why up to snuff? Can we understand from this in literal?
For me,
Only
I'm not sure what it means literally. I can't
Yeah.
relate the literal meaning to the idiomatic meaning. So I'm not sure. I'll try and look for it, and maybe if I find something, I'll let you know if it's something that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Not just about this one, but any of the other idioms.
All I understood.
Okay, excellent. Everybody else is okay?
Yeah, I think that we don't have any problems for this explanation.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Now all we're going to do, we just have a couple more minutes, so we're just going to practice making some examples of some of these that maybe we didn't go over here. So let's see.
Teacher, can we say it's clear as a crystal?
Right, clear as crystal. You can say it's clear as crystal, which
Yes,
is perfect. That's
for this
exactly what I
class,
want you to say.
For this class, yeah, it's clear as crystal.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So let's just make a couple more examples just to waste time until the end. But hopefully if you have any doubts that we will solve them now. So let's look at this one, breadwinner. And we'll go to Anibal. Would you like to give us an example sentence using breadwinner?
Breadwinner is you. I don't know. That I don't know. I don't remember which are examples. Sorry. I have a daughter crying next to me, so
That's okay, don't worry.
yeah, sorry about that.
I can give
Sorry,
an
yeah.
example.
Okay,
So let's just imaginary situation. After my dad was dead, after the death of my dad, my elder brother became the breadwinner.
okay, excellent, perfect.
It's imaginary. So he's the one who's working and bringing us or giving us the money to.
A breadwinner is someone who is given financial support to his family.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so remember there could be two different people in charge. One person is the one giving the orders, and the other person is the breadwinner, the person who is making the money. Okay, so sometimes it's the same person. Sometimes maybe the mother is the one in charge and the father is the breadwinner, or the other way around. Okay, let's go next to maybe a pick-me-up, and we'll see. Igor, would you like to give us an example with this one?
When I when I work 24 hours per day, I need a pick me up.
24 hours? That's
Yeah.
too much. Okay, excellent. So if you work 24 hours a day, you need a pick-me-up.
Yeah.
And preferably not any energy drinks, right? Because you don't like those.
Yeah. It was just an example. It not means that I work 24 hours per day.
Yes, of course, of course. Okay, excellent. So a pick-me-up, something that can give you energy.
Okay. Can I say when I was sick, my mother used to prepare an herbal tea for a pick-me-up.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So an herbal tea to make you feel better or make you more energized. Okay, exactly. And that's all we have time for. Again, I hope that everything was clear as crystal or crystal clear for you. And of course, you can keep looking at the presentation, which I've posted again in the chat just in case, so you can review. But thank you all for joining the class. I hope to see you soon, everyone, and take care, okay?
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
bye.